In office to reduce the amount of homework were not well received, Karen was truly the people's vice president. Giving her fourth speech in the Competent Communicator Manual titled Get Your Motor Running, please welcome Karen Woodson.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. Today I give my fourth speech entitled, Get Your Motor Running. As I was sitting at my computer trying to think of what I could do to tell you exactly how to say it, it hit me like a ton of bricks. No, not the computer, the idea. I was going to talk about what I think is the most thrilling sport this nation has ever seen. The exciting sport of NASCAR. After the traditional national anthem as performed at most sporting events, Air Force fighter jets fly overhead, and then the powerful statement, "Gentlemen, start your engines," is announced over the loud roar of the audience, only to be drowned out by the vroom, vroom, vroom of 42 750 horse-powered engines. The 3,400-pound cars begin their continuous left turns around and around the track at the largest of all motorsports in the United States. When the drivers are going 200 miles an hour on a 2.5-mile track, they do one lap in 45 seconds. Thousands of NASCAR fans simultaneously yell for their favorite driver, "Go Jimmy Johnson!" Or they boo their most hated, Jeff Gordon. And as good as the race can be, during the sweltering heat of the summer day, nothing compares to a night race when the lights reflect off the shiny paint, adding more excitement to an already spine-tingling race. Even better is the fact that some cars sport a special paint job, especially for the night races. The Charlotte track in North Carolina is home to one of these races. I'm here to tell you, after having seen a night race and a day race at the same track, that if given the choice, I would always choose a night race. The sparks of the brakes as they heat up and the smoke from blown engines have much more of a dramatic effect at night. Now some of you may be thinking, I wonder if she wears makeup to the races. The answer is, of course. NASCAR is a televised event, but I may get on television. Also, most foundation does contain sunscreen, and you definitely need sunscreen on a hot, sunny day. Now, as the rubber burns and the brakes heat up, the smells, along with the roar of the engines, keep the crowds on their feet. Only during cautions do the crowds ever relax enough to sit down, only to excitedly jump to their feet when the green flag waves and, as the green flag waves and they push the pedal to the metal and let those engines rev until the next bone-jarring, teeth-gnashing, wheel-spinning crash. Fans actually rate the race by the number of crashes. Now, rarely is there a race where there isn't at least one good crash to obfuscate you. During these cautions is when race car drivers take the chance to fill up their tanks, change tires, and make any adjustments to their car. Even during these cautions, the race is still on because many of a race has been made or broken in the pit lanes. Lap after lap, drivers change positions, and much like the snowflakes, no two laps are exactly the same. You jump to your feet in anticipation as your favorite driver rounds the corner. In turn one, he tries to take the lead, but doesn't quite make it. But in turn 2, he takes the high road, while the other driver loses some ground on slick asphalt caused by 168 screaming hot tires, constantly rounding the corners, putting some truth to that term, burning some rubber. Before you know it, you are down to the final laps. The sea of people are still on their feet as you see the white flag being flown to show that there is 1 lap left. Pedals are being pushed to the floor. Cars are bumper to bumper, seemingly right on top of each other, each trying to be the first across the finish line. Positions are changed until finally, one after one, they drive under the checkered flag. The winning driver takes a long lap around the track, holding on to the checkered flag as he steers with his right. When he gets to that start-finish line again, he turns hard and starts doing donuts in the infield grass. Then he triumphantly drives to victory lane, where he exits the car, now covered in confetti and either champagne, Coca-Cola, or Gatorade. He gives his lucky lady a big kiss. NASCAR racing is an adrenaline-pumping sport that even hours after the race, your heart is still racing, thinking of the excitement of the day's or night's events. If you haven't already, I highly recommend you attend a NASCAR race. Mr. Toastmaster.